sitwasyon na ang parang may kailangan ka pa ng pasensya, hinahangaan mo bilang anak. Diba? So, hindi lahat ng nasasabi para sa type A to type B ng personalidad. So, pero sa pagkakaupo ninyo ngayon, malalaman ninyo, ano ba talaga yung personalidad ko? Type A ba ako? Type A, type B?
Depende nga sa sitwasyon.
Parehas po.
Parehas po. Type A, B. How do you others?
Type A, B.
Ayun.
Type A, B.
Type A, B. So, talaga po. Halos lahat talaga. Sabi nga natin, type B ba ako? Eh, minsan nagiging mag-parent din ako. Type A ba ako? Eh, minsan nagiging dead na lang naman ako eh. Tulad ng mga marutesa na yan. Yung pag marutesa, nakakakuha ka lang ang away. Yung pag-move ng social media, nakakakuha ka lang ng sama ng loob. Diba? Kaya mas mabuti na yung naiwas sa social media. Diba? Kasi yung mga alis sa cellphone, yung mga may nai-stress dahil sa social media. Diba? Bisan may naninila lang dahil naka-LDR kayo. Gusto ko sirahin yung pamilya nito kasi masyadong happy. Ayaw nilang may happily ever after dahil wala daw forever. Oh, di ba? Ganun. Pero sila yung may forever, kaya halos bigay nila. Diba? So, yun ang ating or basta pupuntahan. So, tama naman yung mga nasabi ninyo sa pamamaraan or ano yung pwede yung maging social leader, no? So, pwede talaga itong marami. So, ibig sabihin din na sa inyo mga pinagsabi, marami yung talaga tayong healthy ways to react. So, ibig sabihin, if you have encountered a problem with your employer, with your surroundings, with your family, in your works, also, ibig sabihin, nagka-problema ka with your friends, nagka-problema ka sa kanila, ibig sabihin, you know how to manage your worries. So, ibig sabihin, if you have too much worries, you know how to cope. Ano na yung coping ko para sa problema nito? Sinisigaw ko na bilang ko. Dapat ba sigaw ko din ang sasabihin sa'yo, Johnson, halika muna dito, gawin ito. No, hindi ka naman dito, mamaya na lang yan. So, parang sasalunatin mo si employer. So, ang maganda dito, sa kanya natin. Kung gusto mo yan muna mo, gusto rin mo daw. Just come down to me. It's just now or when? Later or tell me. So, hindi niya kailangan kung makapagpakain ka sa employer natin. Diba? So, kailangan sanay na lang natin. Kung ano gusto niya, kung gusto niya cha-cha, sige cha-cha. Kung gusto niya bugit, sige bugit. Sasabihan mo lang kung anong gusto. Diba? Parang, sa kasakyan kita. Sa lahat ng gusto mo, gano'n lang. Sabay-sabay lang. Kalma. Kalma. Sa'yo ka lang ng kalma. Tapos, dahil mo magkalma lang daw. Kasi, for the first time sa life, yung period of adjustment, kaya nyo sa time, sa food, sa work. At hindi pa rin namin nakuha yung adjustment in 3 months. Eh, hindi siya pwede maging OFW. Kailangan yun yung 3 months, wala pang 3 months makuha mo, ma-adapt mo yung sarili mo sa ating bagong hawang na buhay. Mahirap maging OFW, pero ang focus nito dito, yung mga pangarap niyo. Para pag ipinapos niyo yung mga pangarap niyo, wala parang nasa inyong bahay ka lang. Yung ano yung ginagawa namin sa bahay, doon din sa kanila. Yung nga lang, maswerte yung kita namin. Hindi na po dito sabihin yung ano ha, matapos ako ng ganito, matapos ko ng ganyan. Ang mahalaga po, making our pass. Cleaning, housekeeping, at you know how to manage their work. Diba? So, marami tayong mga tuwis-tuwas. Ano yung mga pinagsasabi mo namin ninyo? Number 1 is prayer. That is true. Minsan sa pagnahinig, magagagawa natin ito ang wherever you are, at in different religion, kung ano yung pangalakaan sa pagdalasan, diba? Okay, go for a walk. Listen to the music. Call your family
magaan. Lalo na pag malaki, nakaka-stress din.
Walang nagiging BFF sa abroad. Alam, yung mga estudyante ko sa Israel, nag-chat lang, may BFF. Sabi ko, sa kanya na ba na BFF dito na? After siguro mag-1 year, na, tama pala yung sabi ko, bakit? Wala talaga pala kong BFF sa abroad. Ayun po na yung BFF ko, matapos ko tutulungan, lahat-lahat, ganyan ganito, para lang po ako wala. Bilang na po ako sa FB. O bakit? Siguro may utang siya sa'yo. Meron na nga, may iba na, wala na. Sabi ko sa inyo, walang BFF sa abroad. Sige, si BFF, umuwi ng Pilipinas, na wala ng trabaho, nag-chat sa inyo after 2 years. Nag-chat si Kubi. Nag-chat. Sa palagay niyo, ano ang reply sa inyo? Hindi nila manimala sa abroad yun eh, di ba? Ang BFF na sinasabi, sa inyong lugar, may BFF kayo, tama? Si BFF ang makakaintindi ng lahat. Dapat si BFF hindi ma-request. We are going only you and me. You and me, and it's the word, the learn. Diba? So, ayan.
The learn.
At least sa inyo, may BFF sa abroad ako. Alam mo ba? Alam mo ba mo sabi? Huwag kang mga hindi ha. Dapat sa unahan ko. Pero kung wala pinagsabihan ko ito. Eh, sinasabi ko kababa na ng Paul, naku, gusto mo bilang. Naku, yan mo yung ano doon, yung kasama sa bayan doon.
Paano yun ang may payayin na?
Sige, akala naman ng isa, tahimik nga kasi walang nakakaalam, pero ayun pala alam na ng lahat. So, kailangan ko po tayo ang magpapuro sa ating trabaho at sa pamilya at sa anak. Kaya, hindi na po tayo masasabi. Mahirap po maging FW. Tama mga example. Mga example, this time, you know how to earn and how to save your money. Mahirap yung po yan. Hindi man sa magtumulong, pero intindihin po ninyo yun yung mga
Hindi. Bawal na lahat. Bawal umutang.
Yes,
bawal umutang.
Kasi magkakapera kayo, mababagal tabunan mo. Pero, huwag po nating pangalalahin sa loob ang ating mga anak. Kayo din ang mahihirapan ng dating ng ating. Okay? At dahil dyan, pwede ko na kayo, hoy, anong natutulog ko meron natin para gusto ko kapag sa iyo ng TikTok? Oo.
Natutulog.
Okay. Bernadette, gusto mo sumayaw?
Bernadette.
Dahil sa mga pagpagselos.
Si Ma'am Gat dito.
Ang parang gusto naman sumayaw sa selos.
Sa social media din yan.
Kasi Mark, di ba? Pero bago mo kayo bitawan, at least, bago kayo bitawan, dapat you know how to solve your problems. Basta sabi ng employer, for the first semester part, yung ating period of adjustment, kaya natin yun. Pero bago mo kayo bitawan, gusto nyo na ba mag-apply?
Yes, po.
Gusto nyo na ba ito sa lahat? No?
Yes!
Yes. Yes po, ma'am.
Yes na yes, ma'am!
Ginagawa ko mga bulong.
Sabihin yes.
Ginagawa ko mga bulong. Okay, pero bago ko kayo bitawan, kuha ulit kayo ng isang papel.
Ano daw?
Kuha ulit kayo ng isang papel. Meron lang po akong ipapabawang sa inyo. Ngayong baon na yun ang magsisipin susi.
Pera yan, ma?
Ano yan? Bulang ka.
Gagawin ang papel na, okay? Ang isusunod po natin
Sila
yan.
ulo ka talaga.
Bakit ako magtatrabaho sa kung saan bansa ang punta nyo? Pwedeng Tagalog, pwedeng English. Bakit ako magtatrabaho sa Canada, sa Italy, sa Japan, sa Cyprus, Brunei, at Malaysia? Why I want to work in Canada? Why I want to work in Italy? Why I want to work in Malaysia, in Brunei, in Cyprus, in Japan? Pwedeng Tagalog, pwedeng English. Bakit ako magtatrabaho sa Canada, or sa Japan, or sa Malaysia? Or why I want to work in Malaysia, or Brunei, or Italy? Okay. Pwede na po ha. Sagutan nyo na po ngayon yan kasi may mga pagawa sa inyo. Go! Wala pa Okay na? Tapos na rin sila. Okay. Yan pong mga sinulat ninyo. Ay, kaya nagsusulat pa.
Baka ako yung kita nito. Alam mo yung stress. Hindi nagagamot ng gamot, no? Sarili mo lang.
Okay na, okay. Yan
At least marilig ng konti, pero nandiyan pa
Isa
din.
ninyong babasahin na open sa emosyon kasi may papagawa po ako niyan after.
Ha?
Dahil nauna lang natapos Miss Bernadette, pakibasa mo yan yung sinulat. Para mawala yung antok mo. Ganun.
Papabasa ko na sa akin ito.
Sabi ko po, mama.
Yes.
Ah, siya yung nagpaypay kanina.
Una po dahil gusto ko pong makatulong sa aking pamilya na maging maayos ang aming buhay. Pangalawa, gusto ko pong mabigyan ng magandang edukasyon ng aking anak, makaaral sila ng college. Tapos makaipon po ako para dito sa future ko pagtanda.
Okay. Miss Magbago, Janet. Janet Magbago. Janet Magbago. Ay sus, tulala sa isang tabi. Di mapatay. Ikaw na yung tinatawag ko.
Opo. Ma'am, sorry pala. Hindi ko lang sinaano yung ano ko yung Ma'am, para po sa akin una pa po para po sa pag-aaral ng mga anak ko. Pangalawa po para po makapag-ipon at makapag-business po dito sa Pilipinas para hindi na po bumalik ng ibang bansa. Yan lang po, ma'am.
Next, good day. Good day, wait ha. Good day. Good day, okay, Jessie. Ikaw muna, Jessie.
Hindi kasi ako sabi ko.
Pagtatrabaho sa Malaysia. Una po, to earn money for my family para po makatulong sa pamilya ko, lalo na po sa mga anak ko na nag-aaral.
Kung babata ka,
Para
hindi mo mga...
savings po at para maano po yung school ko para sa family ko na magkaroon ng business ko para hindi na po mabalik sa
Parang ang babata ka, tingnan mo.
Okay, Junaline.
Pwede palang ibutang na lang ba?
Hindi nila maranasan ang napasok ng hirap.
Ano, hindi maranasan.
Okay,
Hindi pwede yun.
Bakit po ako magtatrabaho sa Malaysia? Unang-unang ko talaga mga is, malapit lang po ang Malaysia sa Pilipinas. Una po po ang inang mga worker na violate o ano pa man. Kaya po sa Malaysia ko napag-gusto na trabaho ko na as PS ko. Pag-ipon ng pera at pag-ilang sa pamilya.
Okay, Joey Leo.
Para din po naman yung lahat, magpan po ang mga content ko sa buhay.
Okay. Nakabasa na sila kami yan eh.
Yes.
Okay. Next. Tawagin ko na ang magsaysay. Yung grupo ni Baga. Yung Baga, nagipit-pilitin ka ba dyan? Ikaw na. Ay, may yan. Para kayo nasa sa bunga.
Bakit ako magtatrabaho sa Japan? Para makapag-ipon upang magkaroon ng sariling negosyo at para matulungan ko ang aking mga kapatid at ang aking buhay. Gusto ko rin magkaroon ng sariling lupa at bahay.
Okay, Casey-Bell.
Why I want to work in Japan? Bakit may house na
Mga single talaga. Business tayo. Puro anak-anak.
Oo. Ang mga nanay, anak-anak.
Oo. Bakit kayo isang sa kaya kalahati na lang ang mukha ng dalawa? Na iba ng pwesto. Ano na ito? Dero na lang ang dala sa pangalan mo. Dero. Para Dero na lang ang kayo sa camera. Ay na, ang sounds nyo, umurong kayo. Ano na nangyari din sa inyo? O Dero, hindi na yan para Dero. Dero na lang nakikita sa camera. Parang sound. Ano nangyari ako ni? O sige, balikan ko kayo na. Ayos, pag-ayos muna. O, ikaw muna, Mark.
Bakit ako magtatrabaho sa Italy para sa future ng aking mga anak sa pag-aaral nila at para kumakupalit sa darating na panahon. Para makapag-ipon at makapagpatayo ng bahay at negosyo.
Okay, uloan, Amelinda.
Bakit ako magtatrabaho sa Cyprus? Kailangan ko pong magtrabaho sa Cyprus para po makaawang sa hirap at para din po makaipon ng pera sa araw-araw ng pangkabuhay ng ating pamilya.
Okay, so Stino, Bobby.
Bakit ako magtatrabaho sa Cyprus? First po, for retirement. Para sa sarili ko. Kasi I was a breadwinner po. Natulungan ko na po lahat ng mga kapatid ko. So it's time for myself po. Since I'm single, parang focus ko na po yung for retirement po.
Sana all.
And then build my own house.
Sana all.
Investment po.
Okay, Mona Lisa.
Yayamanin. Wala nang inaalala si Ate Lisa.
Magtatrabaho sa Canada po para sa kinabukasan po ng aking pamilya, lalo na po sa kinabukasan ng mga anak ko po. Sama-sama po kami na gamitin ang aming mga pangarap po ito po.
Okay, Miss Amin.
Ang parang sa akin gusto ko makapagtrabaho sa akin para po sa family sa future. Kasi po gusto ko maranasan ng kami mag-aanit pa sa namin. Kasi po lumaki po kami na halos namin yung nakakita po sa buhay. Kaya tsaka gusto ko rin po matupad yung pangarap ng kapatid ko na namatay ko na para po yung kami. Kasi hindi ko namatay siya, hindi na siya umakit sa akin.
Okay. SDD.
Adlo ka ba yung stadium?
Okay. Nelly.
Bakit ako magtatrabaho sa mga unang-una po parang sa kinabukasan ng aking pamilya. Gusto ko mabigyan ng maganda at naging hawang buhay na nag-iisang anak ng babae. Pangalawa po gusto ko magkaroon ng sariling bahay at mga po para po matulungan ko ang aking anak.
Okay, next. Pagkakalios.
Magtatrabaho po ako sa Malaysia para po sa akin. Mag-iipon po ako para sa kanyang pag-aaral para nabigay po yung mga kailangan po niya. At gusto ko na rin tutulungan yung mga magulang ko at matapos po yung aking bahay. Thank you po.
Okay, Sarmiento.
Magtatrabaho po ako dahil sa Malaysia po dahil hindi ko tapos sa pag-aaral ng aking mga anak. At kailangan ko din po tapusin yung pinapagawa kong bahay. Para na rin po makapag-ipon kasi hindi po habang buhay na nasa ibang bansa po. Kunin po magtayo ng negosyo po para makasama po ang aking pamilya. Yun po.
Okay, Rihanna.
Bakit ako nagtatrabaho sa Malaysia? Dahil mas malaki ang kita o sahod na sasapat sa pagtulong ko sa aking pamilya at tuparin ang aming pangarap na bahay.
Punto,
Bakit kailangan ko pong mag-work sa Malaysia? Dahil po sa gusto ko pong magkaroon ng sariling lupa at bahay. Tutulong sa pagpapaaral ng aking mga kapatid na wala ng magulang. At saka magkaroon po ng konting ipon. Ganun lang po.
Yumi so busy.
Kaya po ako mag-abroad sa Malaysia po, trabaho para makapag-ipon po at makapagpatapos ng pag-aaral ng aking mga anak. Kasi mahirap po, single mom po ako eh. Kailangan talagang kumayod. At mabigyan ng magandang buhay sila at makapag-ipon ulit para makapag-negosyo. At kahit hindi na po balik sa abroad, at least may negosyo na po, ma'am.
Anong negosyo?
Wala.
Negosyo. Ikaw.
Yan lang po.
Okay, Benador.
Bakit ako magtatrabaho sa Malaysia? Para sa kinabukasan ng aking pamilya at sa kinabukasan din ng aking mga anak. At para din makaipon ako at pag nakaipon na, hindi na alis ng bansa para magtrabaho at para din matuunan ko na ang pag-aaral at pag-aalaga para sa mga anak mo.
Okay. Perfinian.
Bakit po ako magtatrabaho sa Canada?
Lagi namumuna doon. Ang haba. Siya naman, ang haba din. Kasi binasa na niya ang wala na dyan. Lagi.
And syempre po, sa parents ko,
Bakit ako mag-work sa Canada? Para po makapag-save, invest, at last po para makapag-save.
Okay. Migrant. Ibera.
Bakit ako magtatrabaho sa Brunei? Para makatulong ako sa aking kawalan. Yung magkakalis din sa magulang ko sa Rene. Magkaroon sa community at para pagaling ko dito sa Brunei.
Okay, Bison.
Ganda po madam. Bakit ako mag-isip po sa trabaho sa Brunei? Para po sa akin madam, magtatrabaho po sa Brunei. Kaya din po sa lahat. Patuto po I have 3 kids. And para din po sa sa buwan. And para po tulong po yung sa pang-araw. At makasave po ng pera para po makabawi po sa dati po namin. Salamat po, ma.
Okay. Avila Magdalene.
Bakit ako magtatrabaho sa Malaysia? Para matulungan na aking magulang mapagtapos po ang aking anak at sa matapos na po ang aming bahay.
Ay, naku. Nalang.
Okay. Edison.
Para po sa mas malaking sweldo, tsaka para sa kinabukasan ng family, at saka po para sa adventure ng pamilya na makapag-travel mas maraming lugar po.
Okay. Ryan.
Sana all. Mga tukyalin.
Okay, Elisa.
I want to work in Canada for my personal growth in my career, earn more and have enough savings in the future so that I don't have to rely on anyone. Get a permanent residence or citizenship so
Sana
I
all
have a
residence.
place where to settle down in the future. Of course, also to give back to my family, especially to my parents, have a brighter future and explore opportunities abroad.
Okay. Lisa.
I want to work in Canada because this is a fulfillment of God's promises in my life, health, income, a blessings to my family, friends, and other people, and to gain material things.
Balik kami, be. Balik kami, be.
Because this is
In English, what we say?
Oh, ready na kayo. Magsaysay.
Mom, I really want to work in Malaysia. For me to have a house and lot with car. And also I have money to buy a sweepstake ticket.
To go travel anywhere?
Yeah.
To go to travel anywhere?
Ikaw muna, Asunsyon na magbasa.
Because my dream, mom, is I want to go in Paris and to buy Louis Vuitton bag. Be, balik kami, ma'am. Be, balik kami. Mas English mo diya, ha?
Tsaka po, ma-experience na rin po yung buhay sa Japan. Pasyalan yung magagalit ng lugar po.
Ha? Sana all.
Okay, Abelo.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Oy, Abelo. Abelo, ano ba si Abelo?
Gusto ko magtrabaho sa Japan, dahil gusto ko umuwi ng buhay ko, dahil na para sa mga anak ko, ang pangarap ko na magpapagod sila ng pag-aaral, bigyan ang pamilya ng sariling bahay. At para po magkaroon ng bagong experiences at knowledge sa ibang bansa, at magkaroon ng salamat.
Okay, pero na lang yan, bro. Kung naglalay pa na namin. Oh.
Yung isa, oh, Asunsyon Kimberly Fernandez. Ang gaganda ng mga ano niya, middle, ano? Last name? Asunsyon at saka Fernandez. Yayamanin. Oh, ma-English mo niya. Babalik ka, bebe. Ay, naku.
Ayusin nyo na yung unyo para picture daw wala akong kita dyan. Nakatuto kayo masyado sa camera. Dapat ganito yung ako nyo o yung tulad ng apat dito sa kabila. Kita dito sa camera. Masyado kayo nakatuto. Tingnan nyo po ng apat dito. Ganyan din dapat yung po nyo. Hindi sila hindi dito sa camera. Ayan. Kanina ayos na yan. Bakit napagay nyo naman yung inyong upo? Ilayo ang camera para kita lahat.
Ay, naku.
Parang magpapapicture lang kayo, ah.
Wait to.
Dapat gayahin nyo rin yung apat yung kasama, oh. Di ba? Okay. Nasaan na po yung mga ginawa nyo? Nasaan na yung ginawa ninyo?
Kulitin na ba naman?
Yung po nasa notebook, tanggalin nyo sa notebook.
Tanggalin daw sa notebook. Itapon ata ito, kainin.
Tanggalin nyo sa notebook yung mga sinulat ninyo. Kung nasa notebook yun, pakitanggalin po sa notebook, pakipilas.
Kung nasa notebook, tanggalin.
Okay,
Gisiin.
kung nahawakan nyo na yung mga binasa nyo kanina, pakitupin po sa maliit na tupi.
Ulitin nga siya, ulitin. Oo. Eh, basta kunin mo lang. I-remembrance mo yan, ipalaminit.
Nag-visit naman.
Oo. Ito daw yung mga pangarap natin.
Kaya pa ba ang mga?
Lunukin ba ito, ma'am?
Sustino, pakitupi sa maliit na tupi. Bibigyan sa sustino ay one page ba yan yun sa iyo yan? Maliit nga, maliit. Huwag mga kami-isa.
Ma, ilagay ito sa dede.
Sa tinupicture rin. Yan, okay. Yung mga tinupili nyo, pakilagay po sa mga wallet na gagawin nyo sa akin.
Okay.
Pakilagay po sa mga gagawin nyo sa akin. Bakit po yung nagkakaroon sa inyo? Sa oras na kayo ay hirap na hirap sa trabaho.
Bitaw, no? Imagine
sa
mo.
pamilya niyo,
Babasa-basa.
at gusto niyo nang umuwi, pakibasa lang po ng mga pangarap ninyo. Ipapamahal ko yan sa inyo para maging susi at maging inspirasyon ninyo sa mga kasi po, napakaraming OFW ang umuwi na lang ipon. Napakaraming umuwi OFW sila ang pamilya.
Kaya nga eh.
May pera naman, pero ang pamilya mo naman nawala. Diba? So ang ating goal dito, lalaban tayo, hindi tayo susuko. Kaya po sana panindigan ninyo kung ano yung mga na sinulat ninyo. Kayo ang pinasulat mo kasi kayo ang magtatrabaho. Kayo ang may gusto na gusto ninyong marating. So enjoy ang alam niyo ba na you are blessed na. You are blessed. Why? Nung naglabas ng London visa, kayo yung nabigyan. Diba? Na napakaraming gusto mga alis. Pero ito na kayo. Siguro yun ang plano nyo. Diba? Dahil may kanya-kanya tayong plano. Okay? Now, mga mamit daddy, one day before your flight, kakausapin po ninyo ang mga anak mo. Kakausapin ninyo ang mga anak mo na may pagmamahal. Napakarami pong atlang ng OFW walang respeto sa mga. Kakausapin nyo na may pagmamahal. And you are very lucky na
Diyo, makausapin.
we have so many graduates at
Sabihin mo lang, may iba ka na.
Ipakita ninyo sa mga anak ninyo anong klaseng trabaho meron
Mahirap
kayo.
ang mag-abroad na may anak.
Kung anong suot nyo, kung anong pawis nyo, kung anong lagay nyo, ipakita ninyo. Alam nyo kung bakit para maintindihan ng mga anak ninyo ano ang
Pero kung ang anak mo nasa matinong iniiwan, wala namang problema. Yung nasa pere.
Gusto makahingi ako wagas. Gusto lahat ibibigay.
Tingnan natin kung anong mangyayari. Malay mo. Mabs.
Hindi mo kain sa pagkala yung pinagpapadala pagkadala nasa sa Vietnam.
Magkama na lang kung mag-isa.
Diba?
Hindi naman assurance sa anak. Bakit marami naman kayo mga anak pinabayaan mo. Nasa magulang yan kung ano siya. Paano niya pinalaki.
Ang nakikita ng mga anak niya, ganun pala trabaho ni mama, bakit hindi ko sundin ang gusto ng mama ko na magtapos ang mga pag-aaral. Dahil pag nakapagtapos ka, napakasarap sa isang magulang na OFW na pinaghirapan niya ang bakit ng kanya sa pamamagitan ng lahat ng mga anak niya ay titulado na. Pagdating ng tamang panahon, sila naman yung mag-chat sa inyo. Sasabihin naman nila sa inyo, uwi ka na. Kami naman.
May kakilala nga ako matanda, nagtrabaho sa Italy, caregiver. Ang naghiwalay sa mga asawa niya, nung lalaki ng babae yung lalaki. Tinaguyod yung mag-isa ang mga anak niya, anim, pinaaral lahat. Nag-invest ng mga lupa, pinaghati-hatian. Ang nanay, walay nag-atiman, kaya nangaminyo na ka na. Yung matanda, may Alzheimer pa. Dahil hindi talaga sure. Kahit ibigay mo pa lahat. Depende pa din yun sa bata.
Ipapaintindi niyo rin po kayo magsasakripisyo at samantalang ng ibalay ng dahil sa mga. Hindi na kailangan isa.
Kaya, mapalad ka na lang kung anuhin ka ng anak mo.
And sacrifice sa isa't isa. Marami po sasabi namin sa mami po na nga aking asawa, mabait naman po 100% tiwala ako. Oo nga po ma'am, pero iba po pag LDR.
Oo, talaga.
Marami po estudyante sila ang pamilya. Ano po, hindi isang 36 may paglalaban na kayo ng naging boyfriend na nakapisa mo dyan sa ako.
Si Almira.
Sino na kapamilya din yun?
Ay, ang may bana.
So, ang hindi niyo kung sa mga pinanaming pag-isip sa pamilya at sa
dapat hindi ka na nag-abroad, may trabaho pala yung asawa mo. Siya na, hindi, ganyan. Eh, paano kung makahanap ng iba yung asawa mo? Kasi iba talaga pang LDR, ganyan. Parang okay lang naman sa akin. Ha? Ay, parang okay lang naman sa akin. Tiyo, bahala siya. Saan mo na?
Basta kung pinagin wala yung savings. Kahit may utang ka, okay lang muna ang save. Pag wala na utang, yung 20% to 30%.
Importante talaga may sarili kang savings.
Kasi po kasi kayo ang nagtatrabaho, isisweldo sarili dahil kayo nagsasakripisyo. Para pagdating ng araw, yung inyong sweldo, gagalawin mo lang, oras naman po, good ka na. At yun ay addition lang, depends mo para sa pamilya. Kasi di ba sabi ko sa inyo kanina, ang savings, hindi niyo dapat itapaano sa pamilya niyo para hindi umasa. At huwag ninyong palalakahin ang inyong mga anak na malungkot. Oo, madaling natin yung umasa mo, pero lang po yun, nauubos, kailangan may good investment. Lahat ng pangalan mo naman. Mag-migrate ka na kahit saan, at tapos pag umuwi ka, magbahay ka para umuwi lang. Diba? So, ganun yun. Kaya po, huwag ninyo kakalimutan ng inyong mga pangalan. Huwag ninyo aakasin sa wallet yan hanggang hindi natutupad. Kahit pa magula-ulamin, pangarap natin yan. At alaman kung ano ang nakasulat. Okay? Baka naman di kayo masaya. Uy! Hello!
Hello, ma'am! Thank you, ma'am!
Hi! Hi!
Seryoso kaming nakikinig sa iyo, ma'am. Sa puso namin talaga.
Nakita ko sa ating first part ng ating stress management. Talaga naman po meron kayo natutunan sa ating stress management.
Yes po.
Ang second part po natin ay ang cultural familiarization. Pero madali na po ang cultural familiarization. Dahil po yung manonood na tayo ng mga video. Ayaw ko na po mag-film. Marami pa kasi dyan videos. Ay, nasaman po ako nagdaan sa ating sa awa ko. So, dito po sa second part natin, hindi lahat pinapakita, pero always basic info na alam ko naman po na kahit tayo, pwede mag-search at mag-sabi po pupuntahan natin. Diba? Ano lang po, parang magkaroon lang kayo ng konting ba sa understand na kung gano'n culture familiarization. About sa nasabi ko. Okay? So, malulog lang tayo. And after that, pwede na umuwi siya. Sino na gusto umuwi? So, okay na kayo. Mamaya, malulog muna tayo. And then, okay, paalala ha, kahit hindi ninyo basa pa ng umuwi nyo, dito tayo iikutan ng monitoring. Pag hindi kayo nakapiling doon, sa akin alawan at nag-hapdi ninyo pagkakaupo. Parang hindi nakasing ng sturdy debate. Kung si Libera, parang nakasinihan ka. Okay?
Nanood na tayo ng movie.
Okay, we will go nila sa ating mga ilang bansa. 1, 2, 3, 6 na bansa.
Ha?
Hahanap tayo na pinakamadaling video. Madaling video. At meron akong mahaba pag-ayos sa dyan ng Mandila, meron akong maigli pagka marami ko sa dyan. Dito kasi
wala kayo siguro sa dito ay.
Hinayaan ko na sa YouTube ang salita. Para matigil na yung aking bibigyan ng danda.
Oo nga. Dami yung video.
With history ng Malaysia, si Mr.
Hello everyone and welcome.
Singkoy naman yan, oy. Hello, oy. Sorry.
This is Asia and here's Malaysia. Now let's take a look, shall we? The country of Malaysia is split in two pieces separated by the South China Sea. This bit sits at the base of the Malay Peninsula and this bit is perched upon the top corner of Borneo. A tropical, humid, equatorial monsoon swept segment of the earth. People have lived in Malaysia for many thousands of years, but little is known about its most ancient inhabitants. Whoever they were, they ended up pushed out by waves of new arrivals in the first millennium BC, became the ancestors of the modern Malays. Over the centuries, the peninsula culturally soaked up the influence of India in the form of Hinduism and Buddhism, and it was a fusion of these religions that was observed in the kingdom of Lanka Sukha. This long-lived state was first described by the Chinese in the 6th century and was a prominent commercial power, trading aloes wood, camphor, elephant tusks, and rhino horns. The Malay Peninsula was afterwards absorbed into the Sumatra-based Srivijaya Empire, and in 1025 was invaded by the South Indian king Rajendra Chola. From the 1200s onward, merchants from the west brought Islam to the region, which was increasingly adopted by the peasant farmers. Around the year 1400, the leader Parameswara founded the Malacca Sultanate in the peninsula south, ideally located in a busy shipping region. The country country gained wealth as a booming mercantile trade port, gaining its peak in power and riches under Sultan Mansur Shah. The Sultanate's position at the crux of the lucrative spice trade tempted the lip-licking Portuguese to snatch the land for themselves, which they did in 1511. Over the years, several incensed sultans attempted to force the Portuguese out, but their efforts failed. Over a century later, however, in 1641, the Dutch succeeded in seizing Malacca for themselves. With Malacca's decline as a trade port, the Johor Sultanate rose in prominence. Now, Johor in the 1600s went to war against the rival state of Jambi down in Sumatra, and in the process enlisted the help of the Bugis people from Sulawesi. With the Johor Bugis victory in 1679, the Bugis decided to stay in the Malay Peninsula, where they founded the state of Selangor, which would later become enriched from its bountiful stores of tin. Another place known for its tin mining was Britain, and well, speaking of which, here they come, right on time. In 1786, the Sultan of Kedah permitted the British to take the Penang Islands, from which handy foothold they went on to take Singapore, Malacca, and Labuan. British control in the region increased over the years, and Chinese immigrants were encouraged to settle in Malay lands as tin miners, where in the 1800s, amidst the mud and malaria, a small settlement grew and became the city of Kuala Lumpur, now the country's capital. Of course, there were also ethnic tensions between the Malays and Chinese. Meanwhile, the British added North Borneo to their built railways and southern plantations of rubber, pepper, and tobacco. Then a big change occurred with the outbreak of World War II, in which the Japanese invaded and assumed control of both Borneo and the Malay Peninsula, and promptly began to massacre the Chinese. Britain returned and defeated Japan and regained power, but things were different after the war. The Japanese occupation had fanned the flames of nationalism into a formidable blaze. During the Malayan emergency, the communists at the Champion fought for Malay independence, and the horrors of military conflict followed until 1960. 3 years after the independence of Malaysia as a state within the British Commonwealth, communist insurgency continued for many more years until a peace agreement was finally signed. Meanwhile, under the leadership of Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad, Malaysia experienced massive changes for the better, with industrialization bringing immense wealth and modernization dramatically improving living conditions. An economic miracle potently symbolized by the construction of the Petronas Towers, which for a time were the tallest buildings in the world. Malaysia today ranks among the richest of nations, enjoying a very high level of human development and high quality of life, whilst also giving women some real snazzy shoes, and who doesn't enjoy the taste of Malaysian cuisine? Anyway, that's it for Malaysia, and that's all from me for now. Bye-bye!
Okay, next.
University Sultan Pina. Kaabot sa mga mani. Sila mo? Sila mo. Paborito ka na. Namin na kalimpurin. Sila mo. Ibalik mo dito. Malik mo. Gamit mo dito.
Sila ng Midori.
Panzer ko, nalito sa una.
Italy.
Italy is a peninsula in southern Europe. It has approximately 61 million inhabitants, 96% of whom are Italians. The remaining 4% of residents include North Africans, Italo-Albanians, Germans, Austrians, and other European groups. The Italian culture is commonly associated with art, music, and food. It is the homeland
ng Malaysia pa ipaspasan ng istorya kaya ko pati paginaya.
Church, a center, which flourished through Europe for centuries. Today, we will see the different cultures and traditions in Italy. Language. Italian is the official language of Italy and one of the Romance languages. Almost everybody in Italy speaks Italian. However, there are a number of dialects and other languages that are spoken by native Italians, such as Albanian, Catalan, Corsican, Croatian, Emiliano Romagnolo, French, German, and Greek. Music, art, and literature of Italian culture. art can be viewed in every corner of Italy, not only in the museums of Florence, Venice, and Rome, but also in the churches and public buildings. The most famous piece of art is the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel of the Vatican, which was painted by Michelangelo between 1508 and 1512. Italy also produced other great artists like Leon Battista Alberti and Leonardo da Vinci. When it comes to music, Italian culture is famous for its operas. Many of the world's great musicians and composers like Giuseppe Verdi, Raniero di Cavallo, and Luciano Pavarotti are Italian. Italian literature includes great works like Dante's The Divine Commedia, which was written in the 13th century, in the writings of Giacomo Bembo, Niccolo Machiavelli, and Ludovico Ariosto in the 16th century. Machiavelli's The Prince is considered the first work of political science. In the fashion industry, Italy is home to a number of world-renowned fashion houses, including Armani, Gucci, Benetton, Versace, and Prada. Religion, around 90% of Italians are Roman Catholic. Rome is home to Vatican City, which is the hub of Roman Catholicism and is where the Pope resides. The remaining 10% of Italians are Protestant, Jewish, or Muslim. Celebrations. Italians are full of life and they like to celebrate, so there are a lot of national Italian holidays. It is important to check the national holidays if you are planning to travel to Italy, as museums, shops, and restaurants will be closed in celebration, especially on January 1st, May 1st, and December 25th. Each city or region celebrates its own holidays, such as the feast day of its patron saint, in addition to nationwide holidays. Italians celebrate most Christian holidays, such as Christmas and Easter, along with the other holidays, including the Liberation Day on April 25th, the Epiphany on January 6th, Valentine's Day on February 14th, International Women's Day on March 8th, Labor Day on May 1st, and Festa della Repubblica on June 2nd. Meals. Italian cuisine is very famous and admired around the world.
Mahilig sila sa cheese.
With pizza or pasta.
Di daw na sila makaka-over cheese.
Italians, food is an art which they master very well, and their gatherings are centered around food. In central Italy, spaghetti and pizza are popular. However, in the north, the most common dishes are comprised of fish, potatoes, rice, sausage, pork, pasta, polenta, and risotto. In the south, tomatoes are a staple, either served fresh or cooked into the sauce with capers, peppers, olives, and olive oil, garlic, artichokes, eggplant, and ricotta cheese. Food is a means for maintaining ties between family and friends, and there is a special meal for every occasion. Summary. To summarize, Italian culture and traditions are renowned around the world, from famous art and architecture to delicious food and wine. Italians are enthusiastic about celebrating and spending time with family and friends. They are truly known for enjoying the finer things in life. There you have it. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe. Hit the
Cooking. Japan.
Ano Japan?
Tokyo. Sa Tokyo rin.
Japan, yes.
Japan is also known as the land of the rising sun. The kanji translates to sun origin. This is because, from a Chinese point of view, the sun rises from Japan. Japan consists of over 6,800 islands. The 4 largest islands are Honshu, Hokkaido, Kyushu, and Shikoku. These 4 islands make up about 97% of Japan's land area. There are 47 prefectures in Japan. More than 70% of Japan is mountainous. Mount Fuji is the tallest mountain in Japan at 3,776 meters. There are more than 1,500 earthquakes a year. Japan has a population of around 126 million people, which is less than half of the population of the United States. Yet the area of Japan is just slightly larger than the area of California. Japan has the 3rd largest economy in the world, behind the United States and China. Japan has the 2nd highest life expectancy. Women's life expectancy is 87, while the men can expect to live until 80. Japanese is the official language of Japan. Japan has a prime minister and not a president, but Japan also has an emperor, who is the constitutional monarch and ceremonial head of state. Japan enjoys all 4 seasons. Summer is quite hot and humid in many parts of Japan. There is a rainy season that lasts for about 6 weeks, from early to mid-summer. Winter is especially cold in the north part of Honshu and Hokkaido. Autumn is a very popular time of the year, with many people taking in the beautiful autumn colors in and around the countryside. Spring is an especially popular time for friends, family, and co-workers to gather in the park for cherry blossom season. Each season also is associated with special foods. For example, various dishes made with bamboo shoots in the spring, cool noodles and watermelon in the summer, chestnuts and apples in autumn, and one pot cuisine called nabe in the winter. Of course, there's a lot more about Japan. I could go on and on about this beautiful country. Hot springs, temples, castles, shopping, food, and lots more. But I'll save it all for the next lesson. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
Puro mga original nito dito.
Want to check out Brunei? The abode of peace in Southeast Asia boasts a rich history, multicultural society, lush rainforest, and oil-driven prosperity. It's known for its political stability, stunning biodiversity, and a unique Malay Islamic culture. This video explores Brunei's history, geography, culture, and more, offering a captivating glimpse into this peaceful nation. A tiny country in Southeast Asia located on the island of Borneo, Brunei has a long and notable history. Prehistoric origins can be traced back to the 6th century, when it was part of the Srivijaya Empire, a powerful maritime kingdom. Later, Brunei emerged as a trading hub, engaging in commerce with China and other regional powers. In the 15th century, Brunei reached its peak under Sultan Bolkiah, who expanded its influence, making it a dominant maritime power in the region. However, European conquerors arrived in the 16th century, with the Portuguese and Spanish seeking to control control Brunei's riches. These encounters marked the decline of Brunei's power. The 19th century saw Brunei surrender territories to British-controlled Sarawak, while internal conflicts weakened the state. By 1888, Brunei had become a British ally, safeguarding its sovereignty. Despite a brief Japanese occupation during World War II, Brunei regained its status post-war. Brunei peacefully achieved independence from British rule, culminating in its modern status as a prosperous and stable constitutional monarchy known for its oil wealth and strong leadership under Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah. Bruneians make up an intriguing mixture that has been shaped by diversity and migration over many years. A number of ethnic groups, including Malay, Chinese, and indigenous communities, are responsible for Brunei's population origins. Malays form the majority, with their roots in the region dating back centuries. The Chinese have a significant presence, contributing to the country's cultural archive. This diversity is also reflected in the languages spoken in Brunei. Malay, specifically Brunei Malay, is the official language and a unifying force among the various ethnicities. English is widely used in education and business, emphasizing its global significance. Additionally, Chinese languages like Mandarin and various indigenous languages are spoken within their respective communities. The multiculturalism in Brunei is celebrated through its festivals, cuisine, and traditions. It's a place where different ethnicities coexist harmoniously, contributing to the nation's vibrant culture and identity. This rich collection of people and languages defines the unique character of Brunei, making it a remarkable and inclusive society. The country's geography is a captivating blend of notable landmarks. One of its most iconic natural features is the vast Ulu Temburong National Park, home to the world's oldest rainforests. Here, the towering canopy walkway offers breathtaking views of the forest canopy. The Sultan Omar Ali Saifuddin Mosque is a striking man-made landmark in the capital city, Bandar Seri Begawan. Its golden domes and Italian marble create a majestic sight, while the Jami Asr Hasan al-Bolkiah Mosque, one of the largest in Southeast Asia, showcases stunning Islamic architecture. Kampong Ayer, a water village on the Brunei River, is a unique man-made landmark with stilt houses and a vibrant community that thrives on the water. The Royal Regalia Museum holds an impressive collection of the Sultan's treasures, offering a glimpse into Brunei's royal history. The Sultan's Palace, Istana Nurul Iman, is one of the world's largest residential palaces, and while it is not open to the public, its grandeur is visible from afar. These landmarks, both natural and man-made, provide a glimpse into Brunei's rich culture and stunning landscapes. The natural beauty of Brunei is a testament to its rich biodiversity. Rafflesia, the largest flower in the world, and Paphiopedilum rothschildianum, an exotic orchid, are just two examples of the unusual flora that grows in Brunei's rainforests. Providing habitat and food for a wide variety of wildlife, the dominant dipterocarp trees dominate the surrounding area. In these forests, you can find a diverse range of indigenous animals such as proboscis monkey, Bornean gibbon, and clouded leopard. The critically endangered Irrawaddy dolphin and saltwater crocodile inhabit Brunei's waterways. Bird enthusiasts can spot colorful species like the rhinoceros hornbill and oriental dwarf kingfisher. The rainforests are also home to fascinating insects, including the Raja Brooks birdwing butterfly and the lantern bug. This rich collection of native plants, animals, and insects underscore Brunei's commitment to conservation as it seeks to preserve its precious natural heritage. Its economy is primarily driven by its abundant oil and natural gas reserves. These hydrocarbon resources have historically formed the backbone of its revenue, contributing significantly to the nation's GDP. Brunei enjoyed a high GDP per capita of almost $30,000 US, a figure powered by its oil wealth. The Brunei dollar is the official currency, with an exchange rate pegged to the Singapore dollar. This peg ensures stability in currency value and facilitates international trade. The government has made programs in diversifying the economy, with investment in sectors like petrochemicals, tourism, and finance. The Brunei Halal brand has gained global recognition, boosting exports in the halal food and product industry. Additionally, Brunei's strong infrastructure and strategic location continue to attract foreign investment. Despite these efforts, the oil and gas sector remains pivotal, accounting for a significant portion of government revenue. To maintain economic resilience, Brunei continues to export avenues for diversification while leveraging its hydrocarbon wealth to support a high standard of living for its citizens. Please note that economic conditions may have evolved. Brunei enjoys a relatively stable political landscape. One of its ongoing challenges is maintaining its sovereignty and territorial integrity, particularly in disputed areas of the South China Sea. Brunei, like neighboring countries, faces complex regional dynamics, primarily concerning maritime territorial claims. Diplomatically, Brunei has worked to maintain friendly relations with its neighbors, including Malaysia and Indonesia, to to address common concerns and promote regional stability. It has also pursued a policy of non-alignment in international politics. In terms of allies and enemies, Brunei maintains a neutral stance globally, avoiding significant conflicts. It enjoys good relations with many countries, notably the United Kingdom, which historically held a colonial protectorate over Brunei. The Sultan's strategic alliance with the United States and regional partners like Singapore has also been essential in bolstering defense and security. While Brunei does not have significant geopolitical enemies, it navigates a complex web of regional disputes carefully, emphasizing diplomacy and international law to safeguard its interests and maintain its peaceful existence in a turbulent region. A delightful fusion of Malay, Chinese, and local flavors makes up Brunei's culinary landscape, creating a singular culinary experience. Malay cuisine, with its fragrant rice dishes and rich curries, forms the foundation of Brunei's food culture. Nasi Katok, a simple yet beloved local dish, consists of rice, fried chicken, and sambal sauce. Chinese influences are evident in dishes like kolomi, a noodle dish, and a variety of dumplings. Seafood such as prawns and fish is a staple thanks to Brunei's coastal location. Indigenous ingredients like tapioca, sago, and various jungle grains add distinct flavors to traditional recipes. One such dish is ambuyat, made from sago starch and often enjoyed with dipping sauces. International cuisine is offered in urban areas, reflecting the cultural diversity of Brunei. Malay and Islamic influences are deeply ingrained in Brunei's culture, which is a vibrant web of traditions and practices. The nation places great importance in hospitality, with locals known for their warm welcome and respect for guests. Traditional ceremonies like weddings and festivals often involve elaborate customs and rituals, showcasing the nation's strong sense of community and shared heritage. Islamic traditions play a significant role, with daily prayers, Ramadan fasting, and Eid celebrations being central to Bruneian life. The Sultan's role as both a political and religious leader underscores the influence of Islam and the culture. Brunei also has a growing art scene, with notable artists like Yura Halim gaining recognition for their contemporary and traditional works. The country is known for its intricate craftsmanship, seen in textiles, carving, and silverwork. Famous figures like Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah and Pangeran Anak Salehah are prominent representatives of Brunei on the international stage, with their contributions to governance and charitable work reflecting the nation's values and identity. Brunei, while not known as a sporting powerhouse, has made its mark on the international stage in various sports. Although the nation's Olympic achievements have been limited, athletes like Maziama Hussein, the first Bruneian woman to compete in the Olympics, have captured global attention. Popular sports in Brunei include soccer or football, badminton, and sepak takraw, a Southeast Asian sport combining elements of soccer and volleyball. While these sports are widely played and followed, Brunei's true sporting passion lies in sepak takraw, where it has achieved regional success. Sepak takraw, with its historical roots in Southeast Asia, is a standout sport in Brunei, showcasing the country's sporting prowess. Brunei has consistently performed well in regional competitions, and its athletes have earned recognition for their exceptional skills. While Brunei may not dominate the global sports arena, its athletes continue to make strides, and their dedication to representing their nation brings pride to the country. Did you know the residents of Brunei enjoy the benefit of not having to pay personal income tax? Thanks to the country's abundant oil wealth. If you enjoyed this video,
Cyprus kailan ba sa may exam? Kung na Cyprus may exam.
Please subscribe for more videos. Click the bell icon for updates.
Name: Cyprus. Official name: Republic of Cyprus. Capital: Nicosia. Area: 9,251 square kilometers. Population: as of 2018, it is 1.23 million. Language: Greek and Turkish. National currency: Euro. Largest city: Nicosia. Continent: Europe. National name: Kypriaki Demokratia Kypris Cumhuriyeti. National flag: National Emblem. National Anthem, Hymn to Liberty. Principal River, Pitios.
Mamaya, nakikita ko ito. Siyempre, nag-isa-isa na ang mukha ko lahat.
Citrus Warbler.
Ay, sakit sa ilalahin.
National
Sakit.
Flower, Cyclamen cyprium. National Fruit, Banana.
Ay, banana.
National Tree, Golden Oak.
National Tree? Banana? Ay, golden oak. Ano?
National Animal, Sandpierrot, Buffalo. National Sport, Football. Now try
natin pasagutan. Last is Canada.
Ay, naman. Tuntok na ako.
Sa mga lugar-lugar.
Mawawa na naman. Kapugo na kayo kuha.
Canada. Culture and tradition. Canada is famous for its diversity, especially its vast mountain ranges, rich history, and diverse blend of people and cultures. It's the second largest country in the world and extends from the U.S. in the south all the way to the Arctic Circle in the north.
Huwag mo na sulti yun. Kaya pa ako nakakantok dito ba?
Kayo yung sa community ni Mami Lali, kayo nakikita niya. Maganda ang kulay green.
Ganun other major cities like
Vancouver,
and the French Quebec and Montreal. Canada is bilingual, with English and French being the two official languages.